Yo. Yo.
Woo! Okay, I like it, Picasso.
Watch your profanity.
Check. Check 1, 2. 1, 2. What's up, selectors? It's your boy Select Screen here. And let me tell you, man, it is time to rewatch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is our watch party and also our prep time for the next PLE and WWE. We're going to open up the Discord. We're going to be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We're going to at least start with episode 1 today, which is called New World Order. Woo! In the chat.
Woo!
It's going to be fun. Clue says, I could have told you in the best line of the sentence or paragraph. What do you mean by that? Shout out to Clue, by the way.
Approved.
100% approved, bro. We super enjoy and appreciate Clue being in here with us, man. Dude is awesome. I'm gonna turn this music down just a bit. And love you, honey. There we go. That's better. Yeah, and yeah, like I said, just prepping, just doing kind of a test stream in a sense, and watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier at the same time, right? 2 birds, 1 stone. We can do that. I think so, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, glad you agree. Druid Love over on TikTok is our top viewer right now, and Clue is over on our YouTube. Check us out at linktr.ee/5ELECT5CREE, and like, share, subscribe to the channel. What you're seeing right now is all you're going to see. You're going to have to see this and watch along with me. I'll give you some timestamps as we go along. Of course, we're not going to actually show the show.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, Liam? Over on TikTok. And yeah, who knows? Eventually, we're going to turn some of these into podcasts and stuff like that, where we're talking, as long as we follow our one rule, which is
Watch your profanity.
watch your profanity.
Sorry for cussing.
All right. Our channel is all about a family-friendly place where you can come and hang out, watch your favorite type of media, whether it be movies, music. Speaking of which, go stream my latest song called Fresh Coast over on Spotify. And if you're joining us on Twitch, you can win this shirt or a shirt like it, a Select Screen shirt at the end of the month. But yes, family-friendly channel where you can view and watch things without having to worry about, you know, a bunch of swearing or anything like that. Just having a lot of fun with our selectors, who are, again, like I said earlier, approved. Man, Sonic 3, I didn't do a review on it. I should have, but I enjoyed Sonic 3 a lot. That's all you need to know about Sonic 3. Yeah, let's jump into this thing, man. Are we ready?
Acknowledge me.
And hit that like, subscribe button. We're going to start at 00 for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So if you have Disney Plus, you can watch along with us and we can talk about it and go from there. All right.
What?
All right. We'll talk about it. Let's see. What button do I want to push now? I want to push this button, and then I want to push this button over here. All right. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's go. Yes, sir. All right. Let me get it started and then we'll jump into Clues. Clues already got some feelings about this. He's got some serious feelings about it. I like it. I like it. Picasso, play that sound for me.
I mean, it's all right.
No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. This one.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay, here we go. On 3, 2, 1, timestamp, go. 7 minutes, 30 seconds exactly. And I will put timestamps on the video for those of you rewatching with us. What I learned from binge watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, one of the things I've already learned is I really liked these first episodes a lot more than I remember. All right, so let me make sure this is not coming over the stream too. Ooh, I do not want to get kicked off stream. We good? Yeah. I will give some music over there. Should have some music. Oh. Stop the video. All right. We'll do some music for those of you watching and not hearing. There we go. Much better. And just need to stop the music on this set. There we go. All right. So previously, Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson has received the shield. As you can see here, what did I say, 7:30? I think 7:30 is when we started. And then Clue, I promise I'm going to read your comments and we'll get into it. 00, open, and 07:30. There we go. All right, there's some timestamps for you guys. Right now we are at, it doesn't really tell me, does it? That's crazy. All right, let's jump into these comments. Clue says, people dislike Falcon and the Winter Soldier due to Marvel's direction post-COVID. Features MAGA cap and lacking a deep storyline for the original Captain America in red, white, and black. He says Marvel's direction at the time was bad. This is why Secret Invasion sucked. But the criticism of MAGA cap John Walker didn't bode well. And take your time. Thank you, bro. That's an interesting take. That's an interesting take and very... I can respect that. My thought is this. Is that specifically why this show didn't do well was I feel like they cut a lot of this show because of what happened during COVID, right? So Disney, I do agree with you that their direction wasn't great, but I feel like they had to make a change, right? The show launched basically during COVID, and it had some kind, at least it was reported, some kind of storyline where a large disease was attacking specifically America. And so they had to basically retool a whole TV show. Now, they could have held it, but nobody knew at the time what was going to happen with COVID, right? I think personally, I try to give the show somewhat of a pass, because when you have to cut big chunks out of a movie because of really something terrible happening in the world, you know what I mean? Like, okay, that's just what we got to do. Ooh, sorry, camera change. Fix this for you. Oh dear. Are we still kind of like latent? Okay, there we go, that's better. Now this first fight, let's talk about this first fight while this is happening. This is like my director's commentary. This first fight of Anthony Mackie versus George St. Pierre, if you guys don't know, he's from the UFC. This fight is awesome. Very reminiscent to me of the Winter Soldier fight versus George St. Pierre. A lot of fun. I like the way he's using his jetpack a lot. This is a good way to start a show. Wrestling says, yo, I'm in the movies right now, so won't be able to join the VC to test for the Rumble. So are you able to drop me a DM in the server, please? Confirm whether or not we're doing the watch party, please. We're planning on it. Plan is to do a watch party. No worries. Enjoy the movie. Let me open up Discord, and I need to send one over to RL as well. I don't know if he left the Discord or what. Also, Clue in our Discord, by the way. Shout out to Clue again, who dropped the news. If you guys haven't heard that, they're talking about recasting T'Challa, and I can't say his name right. Aldous Hodge or Michael B. Jordan, right? It's got to be Michael B. Jordan. It's got to be. Just do it.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
The way that they have Falcon suits in this show as well is very, very awesome. Wrestling said, I'm off to watch the Bob Dylan biopic. Is that the one where he's a monkey? I know he's off, but I think that's the one. I was like, I don't know if I can watch that. It just seems weird to me. I like the idea of a good biopic, but I just don't understand. It's like Pharrell being a Lego. I was like, what? Oh, Aaron wants to know if he's welcome to join the watch party. Absolutely. He is absolutely welcome. Aaron is always invited, for sure. Aaron is also 100%
Approved.
as well as wrestling is. So yes, absolutely. Live stream, voice chat. And let's make sure we get this over to RL, because I know RL felt the same way. He did not like this show at all. Let me see. Discord. Voice chat. I did such a good job to no, that's Robbie Williams, and it's amazing. Is it good? Okay, good. That's good to hear. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Discord is open for business. Timothy Clement plays Bob Dylan. Ooh, good casting for sure. All right, we'll get this camera adjusted better. My frames per second are like crazy off too. We'll work on it. Matter of fact, we'll go back to the other camera for now. Okay. So again, flying through these canyons and stuff like that, I love it. It's just, they did this so well. The graphics look good. It looks really, really good. Is that wrestling?
Hey man,
Hey.
hi. If you do a Rumble watch along, just let me know. All right, I'll speak to you on Saturday.
Okay. All right, thanks, man.
All right, see you later.
Later. Let's see. Shout out to wrestling. Marvin's previous direction was poor, particularly with the censorship, like the clip of John Walker killing someone. Like the censorship MCU had also moved on to film clips and Netflix Marvel. Yeah. Clue, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that because that was such a crucial scene. That, though, when he flies through the helicopter to save that guy is pretty dope. I still feel like we got the point. If you go back and you look at the first Captain America movie, and I'm trying to keep apples to apples here, you could say the same thing happened there, right? When Cap goes to jump over after Red Skull, they censor that scene. They stopped that scene short, right? Now, also, that's probably one of my least favorite. It's like on the bottom of my Marvel half of movies. But there's a lot of that in the original Captain America movie, where they stop short of the action every time. I don't like it, but at the same time, I think we have to keep in mind where we were in the Marvel world. And I think that's a little bit what people forget is where Marvel is and what they're trying to do. It was early on in Disney Plus. And we didn't have the whole rating system. You know how you can lock your profile now and watch Daredevil Netflix, right? Because it's violent, or Punisher. They didn't really have that. And so I think they were scared to do anything as well. Is it censored? Yes. But I think they were scared to do anything ultra violent at the time because they didn't think they were going to have Deadpool on Disney Plus at that time. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of hindsight that I think we got to have when looking at that time. They were trying to keep Disney Plus pretty clean, and I think we get the point, right? We see John Walker hit the guy with the shield. We know what happened. It's just like in scary movies, and I don't watch a lot of scary movies, but to me, it's creepier when I don't see what's happening, right? When someone's, getting attacked or something off screen and you're with the other character, like anticipating what's going to happen rather than seeing it. I don't know. That's just me. That's just my opinion, but I can definitely respect what you're saying here on the overhaul. Wesley says, luckily I spoke to you when the trailer started. Oh, okay. Sweet. Clue says, this concludes people are iffy about this movie, while Seth Rollins is letting people know he and Becky are against it for wrestling stands to follow. Yeah, and that's another thing that I kind of have an issue with, right? They reworked this movie and they took Seth Rollins out. So now he's kind of like, he's not throwing shade at it, but he's just like, I'm not involved with it. Whatever. Best of luck to them. He seems a little jaded, and he should be. I get it. But again, is that going to affect the quality of the movie? I don't think so. I think it's going to be fine. I mean, do we really want the Serpent Society? I don't know, bro. Especially because these are supposed to be more grounded types of movies. I don't know if I really want Serpent Society. You know what I mean? And that was what he was rumored to be playing. And I'm like, I'm kind of glad they cut that stuff. Does that make sense? I don't want this movie, is it New World? It's not New World Order anymore. It's Brand New World. I don't want a whole bunch of Goofy in this. I'm kind of tired of anything a little bit too Goofy Marvel. Right? So Serpent Society, I don't know how you bring Serpent Society into a world like Winter Soldier. Can you imagine if they would have... Originally, it was roughly titled Serpent Society. You guys remember that? And they did it as a joke. And I think they were trying to bring it back as, kind of a... bring it back kind of joke. I don't know. Seth Rollins being cut in the Serpent Society, I'm going... probably made the movie better. Now, here is my first problem right here with this. Let's see. This is not updating for me. 22 30 here. I'm going to throw this in to our edits. One of the problems I do have with this show is pretty quick off the bat here with Rhodey, and not so much with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but with Secret Invasion. At this point in time, is this Rhodey a Skrull? Because if so, this Skrull helped Sam become Captain America, right? He's pushing him towards being Captain America. That really hurts the Rhodey character to me. And it really kind of hurts Sam because now Sam again is not. Oh, I just thought of something that might not be good. It doesn't help Sam if really the reason he becomes Captain America is because of a Skrull. Does that make sense? I think that was 22:30 roughly. How are we 22 minutes into this stream already? That flew by. Now, if Rhodey's not a Skrull at this point, again, Secret Invasion's really got a lot of stuff backwards, which it does. And it's frustrating because Secret Invasion should have fit in with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the Winter Soldier, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Captain America, and Civil War. It should have had that tone, and it didn't. It went super goofy again. And, you know, killing Maria, and it's just too goofy. And in these grounded stories, if it's Spider-Man grounded stories, it's okay for him to be goofy because that's part of his character. But Winter Soldier right now is doing Winter Soldier stuff. I don't want to see him be goofy. I don't want to see him cracking jokes. Falcon, maybe every now and then. Right? But it should not be a comedy in any sense of the word. And that is the problem with Secret Invasion. Nothing happens in that show, and it messes everything up. Clue says, I'm for Falcon and the Winter Soldier because it shows a different direction. Before leaving your Discord, we chose not to accept change and chances. That's the pure adaptation of life. That's what I said as my parting take. Right. We refuse to give some things a chance by looking at the change. Absolutely. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. And you've got to. You're right. You got to take it. You have to have change. And you do have to take chances. And sometimes those chances result in failures, right? But to your point again, Clue, Secret Invasion was, I don't think that was a chance. I think that was a lot of blunders. And I love the Nick Fury stuff in that show. But all of the Skrull stuff is really not great. And I like the idea that, yeah, it's a different direction. And I can understand the criticisms of it, Falcon and Winter Soldier, as feeling choppy. Like I said, I don't think there's anything, especially when we're talking about art, there's nothing wrong with critically thinking about the art, right? This is an art form. It might be popcorn art, right, to some people. But yeah, Secret Invasion makes this show look fantastic, right? It makes it look fantastic. What I'm trying to think about is Secret Invasion worse than Eternals? And for the longest time, I was like, no, Eternals was worse than Secret Invasion. But I need to go back and watch Eternals one more time, specifically before this new Cap movie, because I might change my mind on that. Because Secret Invasion went nowhere. To me, Eternals went nowhere. But now they might be fixing that, right? They might be fixing it with this new Cap movie, making Eternals relevant, which would definitely make Secret Invasion the worst. And I know what everyone's going to say. Secret Invasion was worse than She-Hulk? Yes. Why, for me? I had high hopes for Secret Invasion. Like, Secret Invasion, because of the source material of Secret Invasion, again, that it's one of my favorite comic books, one of my favorite graphic novels, and Secret Invasion was nothing like it. If besides having scrolls in it, it had nothing to do with the source material. Eternals, you can argue at least the characters are right, you know. So again, I tend to agree with Clue here. Every X-Men movie saga that constantly involves the end game of the Phoenix was worth watching. Oh, I don't know. That last X-Men movie was rough, bro. The Dark Phoenix was. I go back and forth on what was worse, Dark Phoenix or Apocalypse. They're bad for two different reasons to me. Apocalypse is bad because a misuse of the character, a misuse of art direction. I mean, Apocalypse looked terrible. And that's Oscar Isaac. He's been awesome in all the other Marvel and Star Wars stuff. Dark Phoenix was bad, again, similar to what happened here, in that the villains of that movie were obviously supposed to be Skrulls, and then Miss Marvel came out, or Captain Marvel came out, and they were like, "Ooh, we can't use Skrulls." And it seems like they hacked up the movie. Why I don't give that one so much a pass is it wasn't a global pandemic, right? They could have reworked that movie to either call them Skrulls or not call them Skrulls. They could have reworked that movie. But really, because Miss Marvel having Skrulls and X-Men having Skrulls, I don't see what the problem is. Clue says, yes, Secret Invasion topples She-Hulk as one of the worst. What they got right was the character and being the original fourth wall breaker. Yeah. And although I don't feel like in She-Hulk that she looks like She-Hulk when she transforms, there was some general interesting threads in She-Hulk that happened. It may not have followed through on all of those threads, but I mean, seeing Daredevil and She-Hulk was like, okay, all right, I get it, you know. That scene of She-Hulk versus Daredevil's pretty good, you know. Abomination in that show looks really good. Now, She-Hulk doesn't always look great. And we all know how I feel about Scar and Hulk in that final scene. But it's got some problems. They kind of they kind of hurt themselves with the whole third wall stuff. The third wall breaking is cool because She-Hulk does that. But then to say that the Kevin robot is running everything, that I think that's what hurt that show drastically, because now is it the Kevin robot thing that's controlling the MCU? Is it the TVA? At the time, was it Kang? What's the truth? As viewers, we had no idea. Yeah, that's what hurt She-Hulk the most. The twerking, I get all of that, but what really hurt it was causing another what if scenario, I think. How do you feel about Marvel introducing adamantium as a source for the next Eternals and Wolverine tie-in? I'm for it. I'm for it because the one thing this phase has missed is some kind of thing to tie it all together. If adamantium ties into, if we can somehow tie in Wakanda Forever, Eternals, maybe we get a little bit, well, we're getting Hulk ties in, you know, the Incredible Hulk. If we can get some of that stuff and lead into the mutant saga with this movie and it all kind of makes sense, I'm for it. And that's why I'm excited for this movie, or this Captain America movie, is because they're telling us by the trailer, and I was telling RL this yesterday, they're telling us we're going to get some kind of answers. One of the biggest mysteries that no one talks about, and you're hearing this here first. Where in the world has Betty been this whole time? If it is one line of dialogue of Betty saying, man, I've been trying to lay low and stay out of this stuff since Bruce left. Movie accomplished, bro. I mean,
Perfect.
You know, again, introducing adamantium through this giant Eternal in the water, right? We're solving an issue, a problem. If this movie does nothing else than move Sam towards making a team, moves Ross towards the Thunderbolts, which is coming up after this, and we get some answers to some of these long questions, I'm a happy camper, right? It could be Sam fighting the Hulk the whole movie. If Betty comes back, the leader comes back, which is confirmed, right? We find out what's the deal with the Eternal in the water and it's adamantium. I think I'm going to like the movie. Because Marvel has went too long without any answers to stuff. It's been too long. No connective tissue. You know, I mean, shoot, they could even do Shang-Chi, right? The beacon at the end of Shang-Chi is actually coming from the Eternal. All of that. And I know that's jam-packed with threads and stuff, but if they can just clear some things up in this movie, I think we can at least right the ship, right? That'll be the best way I can tie it back into what we're watching right now. This whole Sam and his sister thing it humanizes them, I guess. Clue says, I think it was Black Panther, Moon Knight, and Atlanteans of their War of God in a polytheism deity. Moon Knight and Atlanteans. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because what Panther has Bast, Moon Knight has Khonshu. What up, Jordan the Gamer? How we doing, bro? Staying warm out there? I don't know how much time we have left in this episode because the little ticker thing did not move. One thing I do like about the show as well is there's a good balance, at least in this first episode, between Sam and Bucky. Right? We understand what Bucky's kind of going through. Even though he doesn't necessarily get the shield, we can see how important the legacy is to him. And Sebastian Stan, I don't think we give him enough credit in the casting of him. I think he's a really good Winter Soldier. He does a great job. Thank you, Disney Plus, for making that noise. Do we want Bucky to revert? You know, we talk a lot about we want Hulk to become Savage Hulk, right? Or World Breaker Hulk. Do we want Bucky to go back to being the Winter Soldier? I do, in some sense of the word. I want, not that he's become soft, but he's very, very mellow now. Oh, they just added the Daredevil collection to Disney Plus, like right now. Daredevil, the Defenders, they're adding She-Hulk in there, Echo, Hawkeye. They're calling it the Daredevil collection, not the Defenders. That's interesting. Daredevil, Defenders, She-Hulk, Echo, Hawkeye, Punisher, and they put the original Daredevil movie up with Ben Affleck. They got the rights to that on Disney Plus. You're hearing it here first. And then, of course, Daredevil Born Again. Interesting, they didn't have Luke Cage and Jessica Jones in that. I mean, I guess Jessica Jones technically. She's not technically in that series. Clue says they should tie in with the deity because of each god that was worshipped. Yeah, Boss, Khonshu, and how do you say his name? Talo Kanil, I think is how you say it. The question is, do we want Bucky to be the White Wolf? Yes, especially because I think he addresses that. I was going to address that in a little bit in this episode where he goes, he says something to that effect of, actually, it's the White Wolf. And I was like, ooh, that's dope. It would be nice for more of that in Wakanda. I would love to see him actually take that moniker on, right? All right, I'm going to leave the Winter Soldier completely behind. I don't want to be called, and he takes on this identity of the White Wolf. That'd be interesting. For sure. I like that idea. Who said Echo was never good too, but it showed the backstory of Fisk wanting to run from here. You didn't like Echo, huh? I don't know if Echo needed to exist. I'll agree with you on that. I didn't hate it though. I didn't hate it. Again, it was because of Fisk. Though, again, I probably need to watch the series again. Did that show need to exist, though? I don't know. It could have been an episode of Daredevil. The whole thing. Oh, you think he could leave the idea of Winter Soldier after Thunderbolts? Interesting idea. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. Now, I just realized here, this will be maybe our final point, that the gentleman who is here with the Flag Smashers, he is the new Falcon. I didn't realize that until my rewatch. I forget what his name is. 42, maybe 30. Yeah, Echo was good to understand the Native American culture history. Yes, and talking to one of my Native American friends, she said that there's definitely some changes to the character, especially in the power set. And I believe they changed her tribe, but it worked. It worked in the sense that, you know, as a character, it explained why Fisk and Echo had the background that they did. To what you were saying earlier, could that have just been like an episode or two in Daredevil? Was it totally needed? I don't know. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, or instead of Daredevil, you know what it maybe should have been is another episode in Hawkeye. Maybe they could have extended Hawkeye. I enjoyed Hawkeye a lot. So I think we'll stop it there, guys. That's our rough breakdown. We've got a few more minutes left in this episode, but this episode's pretty good. Yes, Torres is the new Falcon. He turned into a mutant. I did not know that. I only knew that he was Falcon. That's interesting. Huh. What is his power, real quick, Clue? Is it literally to, like, become a Falcon? Joaquin Torres. I think Echo would be a special presentation after Hawkeye. Yes. There you go. There you go. Great idea. Yeah. And just made it, you know. And as crazy as it sounds, they probably could have did the same thing with Moon Knight. Moon Knight could have been a werewolf by night type of show. And we would have been good. I didn't start the Instagram. That's okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And again, we're saying that knowing that there are special presentations, right? I'd have to go back and look. Was there special presentations at that time? Because, of course, we're getting the new head of Marvel now. I don't know. He's a human hybrid, not mutant. Oh, really? Oh, I thought you said he turned into a mutant. Interesting. Very interesting. I need to look into him more. Again, I typically like a lot of the what I call the golden age, not the official golden age, but, you know, usually when Cap takes over or Falcon takes over as Cap, that's about where my deep knowledge kind of stops. So, when I found out there was going to be another Falcon, I was like, oh, didn't read about that, Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, just a short stream, somewhat of a test, and again, being able to talk through some of that stuff. Looks like our Discord is back up and going. Everything was sounding great today. Shout out to Wrestling. Shout out to Cluedo, who always comes through, man.
Yeah.
And just knocks it out of the park. Appreciate you so much, bro. We will be back again next Tuesday, Elmo 17 2331 will be back So make sure to
Acknowledge me.
by hitting that like and sub button. And guys, we will see you on the next one. Do 2 things for me though before we leave.
Remember
to
Choose your destiny.
and be kind to one another while you're at it. My name's Select Screen. Let's see. Clue says had to re-look at Taurus. The new Falcon is a human hybrid with a healing factor, flight, and hand-to-hand combat. Dope. I wonder if he has a solo. Maybe he has a solo comic I can check out. Definitely down for that. All right, guys. Till next time. My name's Select Screen, and I'm out.